We came to Milwaukee in 1967 to a congregation, Cross Lutheran Church on North 16th Street near Walnut. And I was pastor there for 35 years. Saw the congregation change from 95% white to 80% black over a period of 35 years. And Project Return came into that picture in 1979, 1980.
We had a social ministry committee at Cross that tried to look at needs in the neighborhood. And one of the things that we really saw was many people returning from prison, and it was like a revolving door. They just went back. The recidivism seemed so high. And we wondered how we could speak to the needs of prisoners and their families, and in a way that ordinary people in the pews could be involved. What could we do that we could engage people in? And what we discovered is we looked for gaps. We talked to agencies and we talked to people who were working in the system, and we found that there was not a good support system for people coming out of prison. They were shown the door and got a bus ticket maybe to go home, and then there was very little support in terms of trying to find a job or just someone they could talk to, mentoring, all of those kinds of issues. And so we thought that was something that we could do, and we thought about how to go about that.
Well, one of the realities that sparked this idea of Project Return also is the fact that we, as a congregation, discovered that there are 3 pre-release centers, minimum security prisons, within 12, 15 blocks of our church. We found out that the whole concept of pre-release centers was to bring, in this case, all 3 were for men. The women's center came a little later, but the idea was to bring men back to the city for about 6 months to give them a chance to get out, look for jobs, make some connections with family, and get acclimated so that the re-entry into society would be a little more productive and positive than just letting people out on the streets, which still happens today.
One of the things, when the Women's Center began, it was in what had been a rooming house, and it was right at the Marquette campus. And so Marquette students got involved along with Project Return volunteers. They did tutoring with the women. There were writing projects. And there were, we had socials. The women would have a time when they had made handicrafts and things. They would have a special, like a holiday sale and open house. And so Marquette students were very much involved from the beginnings at the Women's Center, and really was very mutually enriching. And we surely enjoyed working with the students who volunteered for Marquette at that time.
And it's just a sample of what a volunteer doing rather ordinary things, but genuine, and it has to be genuine, in his or her walk with people in the system or coming out of the system, can have a tremendous impact on the individual who does it, and upon congregations, and upon people who know that person. So we really encourage people to get involved at some level.
That's one of the real strengths of Project Return, I think. Volunteers over many years who've been willing to serve on the board and to go to congregations and speak, and who just really can help to break through a lot of the stereotypes and fears that people have about people who've been in prison and who they are, and the potential that they have to really become productive, transformed kinds of people, and that they are people just like all of us, who have their strengths and weaknesses, and who can, have the potential to just be really contributing people in the community.